Welcome back to the channel, agents, those on Twitch. Welcome back again. Thank you for following me. If you've not followed, please hit that follow button so you can be up to date with any time I go live. Again, for YouTubers, please subscribe, like, and comment. Welcome in your comments always. I encourage it. And please hit the notification bell as well, so you know when I go and put content up. An example for those on Twitch, this will be up by 7:15 at least this evening. This is a build video, so for those newbies, those who are experts, division experts, and you just need some build advice, you just need a reminder how to get your builds together, this video is for you. I'm literally going to go step by step on how you put a build together. You've seen the last build video, which will be you'll see the link at the end of the video to get to that, or I can even put it in the description. The link will be in the description as well. But yeah, let's get straight to it. I'm at the tinkering station, and this is literally how to get a build from beginning to end. And you've seen the burn video. Today I'm gonna do Hunter's Fury build, the build on screen now. If you see my last video, the Hunter's Fury build I used, you'll see it in action, but I'm gonna go step by step now, and I'll either at the end of this video I'll go and do a live demonstration, or best still, agents, I'll go and do a live mission and you'll see the build in action. For those of you who know about it on the Hunter's Fury build, after this video feel free to go and explore the channel and go and look at any of the videos. Go into the description, and when you see Hunter's Fury, that's the build I'm using. I'm going to put that build together, but I'm going to do it from scratch. Now, for those of you who don't know what loadouts look like as well, I'm going to help you as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into the build, and I'll give you tips and cheats on how to get it together and get it recapped. So first of all, these are the loadouts. This is where you press the LT button and it brings up. This is for the Xbox users. And you see this is all my loadouts, this is all my builds. So depending on the mission or what I'm going to be doing, I will load one of these. If you look at my videos, you see me do this very quickly because I know my builds. Now I have a loadout called Experiment. Now this is where I experiment with different builds, put them together, and just see how how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna load that because I'm gonna go Hunter's Fury straight from scratch. Now, before we start to build, this is what you need to ask yourself, agents. And again, especially newbies, what kind of player am I going to be? Do I like snipers? Do I like marksman rifles? Or do I like shotguns? I want to be in their face. Obviously, if you're a sniper or a marksman, you're distance away. You're going to be 15, 20, 30, 40 meters away from the action. And you're just going to be taking people off bit by bit. That's your style. There's a build for that, and I will be doing that. And let me just give you an example of that. This build, I've literally named it Marks 2, which is Marksman Rifle Build 2, or it's called a one-shot. And the one-shot is basically named after the gear pieces that are on this build. So if you're a marksman, that's the kind of build you want to go for. Let's, for instance, say you're a skills person. You want to be not in the action, not too far away from it, but close enough to do some damage. It's a skills build. You're using technology. You'll put that together. You'll be throwing in technology that will do the work for you. Your weapons, you pick people off. But good thing with skills builds, the more weapons damage you do, it's the harder your skills will hit. So that's it. You might be like me, a face tanker. You want to be up in their face in action. You want them bullets to hit. You want your build to help you survive face-to-face combat. You want to go something like what I'm about to build now. You see me use the strikers build often. I've got 2 of those going on there, but today's build is the Hunter's Fury build, and this is the build I'm talking about, where you want to be in their face, you want to be doing some damage, and you want to be able to survive it. You want armor to be able to survive those hits you're going to get, because you're going to be in the middle of it. You see many times I've gone down and I've got nuts on mic. I'm mad because I'm like, where's my backup? It's not that you're going to be invincible. And what I'm trying to explain here as well is that you're going to have armor on the build. And as you can see, it says armor 1.4 right there. And you're going to see that go up to 1.8. I'm going to show you how to do that. That's the armor calls, more on that later. But what it is, you want to survive in the battle. You want your guns and your gear to be doing work with you. So you want to be in the thick of it. You do want other people helping you, because again, you're not going to be invincible. You're going to be able to last in the battle a lot longer, and there's little things that the build will do for you to keep you going there. Let's get going with the Hunter's Fury build. What do you need first? Obviously, you're going to need Hunter's Fury gear. Now, with that said, I've already got experimented on Hunter's Fury on this one and the exotic. Let's start with what exotic you're going to use. I'm going to put any random build here. Actually, agent, very sorry. I'm going to do one better. I'm going to show you how to do a loadout. And I'm going to show you how to name it and build it. So I'm going to delete this one. Options. I'm going to delete this build. There you go. Experiment. Yes, I'm going to delete this. Now I've got an armor slot. I've got a spare slot here, right? I'm going to go to the loadout, and it's a new loadout. So this one here is invalid. There's nothing there. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put my exotic on this. Now the Memento Backpack is as follows. We are in the right one. Yes, good, fantastic. So the Memento Backpack, it's you kill enemies. When you kill enemies, you will drop a trophy on death. Collecting trophies provides both a short and long-term buff. The first of which scales with the number of core attributes you have equipped and lasts 10 seconds. Now the core attributes, as you can see there, is damage, 5% weapon damage. The blue core, which is the armor core, 10% bonus armor. And then you see the yellow core there, that's a skills core, that's 5% skills efficiency. For every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, 1% skill efficiency, and 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds. Max stats is 30. Now remember, the key things here to remember while I go through this build is the damage and the armor core, because that's what we're focused on. The skill does help, but the focus here is the bonus armor and the weapon damage. That's what's going to be a continuous theme while I'm building this build. So that's going to be my exotic, yeah? Right, so we're going to go Hunter's Fury Mask. This is the build I put together. And bear in mind, agents, you don't have to build it exactly like this. You might want to decide that you're going to have, you see the Feris group, vest. I'm going to explain that to you in a minute, but you might decide, no, you want a Hunter's Fury vest instead. You can do that. Again, this is not the only way to do this build, but this is the way I've put a Hunter's Fury build together, and it can work for you, or you might find a better way for it to work. But this is strictly how to recap and put a build together. So with that said, I'm going to put Hunter's Fury mask on, and that's going to be with a damage core. I will explain cores for you in a moment. So I've got a damage core on the Hunter's Fury, and the cores now, as you can see there where it says core attribute, weapons damage, that's a red core. Remember what I said about the Memento Backpack when I was explaining it to you, and it says that weapons core is 5% weapon damage. And then remember at the bottom here, it did then say for every trophy collected, gain an additional 1% weapon damage, skills efficiency, 1% skills efficiency, and 0.1 armor regeneration for 300 seconds, right? Now, you remember where it says the first of which scales with the number of cores attributes equipped. So the more damage cores you've got is the more damage you're going to be getting by 1%. So hope I'm not confused there. Let's kick on. So I've got the Hunter's Fury mask, and remember I was talking about you don't have to have the same vest, but my vest that I put on is a vest called Chainkiller. Now the Chainkiller is on the Walker and Harris brand set. It's a damage core. Yes, I always put this on. The Chainkiller is a damage core. And This is one of the things it does. Perfect Headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of that killing blow's damage. Damage is capped at 8,000% of your weapon's damage. This is raised by 1,250% if your headshot damage is greater than 150. So I'm going to equip this and show you exactly what that means. So I'm going to go to the stats now. I'm going to show you my headshot damage is only 84%. So I won't get that extra 1,250% damage at this point because my headshot damage is not that good. But you're going to see where that can change. Because on the mask, you can see weapons damage, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. Right, they're the attributes. On this, I've got headshot damage 9.1%. I can actually change that, and I will show you how to change that later. Let's now go to the holster. Now you're going to see a damage core, armor core on the holster. It's a Hunter's Fury holster, and this one's got an armor core. Remember going back to what I said to the Memento Backpack about armor cores. Now, when you learn how to recap, I can craft another Hunter's Fury and put headshot damage on this, which I should do, but I'll do so later. But I don't want to confuse you guys, so we'll just go ahead and leave that armor core on there. On the left hand side, you see 1.4 armor damage. Sorry, not damage, armor. 1.4 million armor, right? Let's now go across to the knees. The knees is Hunter's Fury knees. And again, it's got another armor core on it. Critical hit damage is one of the attributes. Go up to the we go up to the gloves. The gloves I put on here again is going to be again Hunter's Fury, right? So we get 4 pieces of that, and I'm looking for it, and it's already no, it's not equipped. It's right there. So this is a damage core. Now this is where it gets interesting. You see where it says? You see where it says here, right? Let me go back one. You see here, I've got 3 pieces of the Hunter's Fury equipped. I'll go in here, you realize the 4 pieces is shaded out. So I'm not going to get Apex Predator. So I'm not going to get the best out of this build yet. But once I equip the Hunter's Fury gloves, as you can see, it's lit up. Apex Predator is now active. I'm going to get that debuff. I'm going to get this disorientate. Now that is the key thing about this build, which brings the build together. Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, applying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies within 5 meters and applies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Right? On this build, you see the attribute is critical hit chance, weapon damage core. Right? Now, don't be confused where it says 6% armor. I'll explain that to you. Where it says expertise, I'll explain that to you in this video as well. So that's equipped. Now, as you can see, the build is now looking like what you saw before. Now, let's go to the weapons, and then we'll go into recapping, and I'll show you how to get a new piece on there. You'll see on the left-hand side there, it says 1.4 million armor. I'm going to show you how we're going to get that up, right? Now, the weapons we're going to use is, as you saw on my last video, I used the SMG. You don't have to use an exotic. It's down to your preference again. As long as this is SMG, it's going to work well with the build. With this, I'm going to put the Chatterbox on, which is an exotic, but I would highly recommend, if you've not got the Chatterbox, use the Dark Winter. Now, the Dark Winter is an SMG. Right now, you're going to see perfect killer, killing an enemy with a critical hit, grants 90% critical hit damage for 10 seconds, right? The Chatterbox, however, innocent chatter, when you reload, rate of fire is increased by 25% for each enemy within 15 minutes for duration of that magazine. Match stacks 5 times, kills refill 50% of your magazine. So the talent is crucial here. Depending on the SMG you want to use, you can use any SMG you want. Yeah. Reason why I'm doing this again is because on the Hunter's Fury, 2 pieces gives you shotgun damage and SMG damage. Hence why I'm using SMG here. You can use the Tsunami shotgun or shotgun of your choice. Some people might even go with the rock and roll. Again, what tickles your fancy, what you want to do. You don't have to use these guns. It's the guns you prefer to use, that you're comfortable with, that you get those hits with. So here's a shotgun, the Thorn. Now I use this because the talent on there is receive 3.5% amplified damage on the next shot with the weapon for each pellet that hits target. If at least 4 pellets hit, killing an enemy will provide 8% amplified damage on the next shot. So I prefer to use this, so I'm going to mark that. Right. So here's my build now. Now agents, a lot of people, this is how you put a build together. Now let's go to the recalibration part of this video. I don't want to confuse anyone, but please bear with me. I'm going to save this loadout now. As you can see here, save, and I'm going, and it gives it its own name, but I'm going to go to options. I'm going to rename it, and I'm just going to put X. Right, there you go. Experiment, right? Because it's just an experimental one. As you can see up here, I've named it Hunter straight away because I want it to be a Hunter's Fury build. I want to know that's the build, but I'm just going to call it Experiment for now. Now, as you can see, my damage is 89.6k damage and my armor is 1.4. Now, remember, if you go to the beginning of the video, I was talking about lasting in the battle, meaning you need a lot of armor. Now, go in here, I should have a Hunter's Fury piece. There you go. I've got a Hunter's Fury piece here that's already got an armor core, right? Now, remember I was saying I might want to put critical hit chance on there. Instead of critical hit chance, I want to put the headshot damage up on this. So this is what we do. I'm not going to put this on, no. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to craft a new Hunter's Fury glove. Yeah, let's do the glove, right? I'm gonna do a Hunter's Fury glove because I want to get a armor core on here, right? We have a damage core on the mask. We have a damage core because of the backpack, the Memento. We've got a damage core on the glove, and we've got a damage core on the vest. I want another armor core. This is how we're gonna do it. Go to the crafting station, go to gloves. You can scroll down like this, or you can hit the right trigger, look for the gear pieces, and now we're looking for Hunter's Fury. And there's the Hunters. Yep, this is the Hunters, right? Hunter's Claws. We're going to craft this now. My inventory is full, of course. Before we can craft, I've got junk in here. I mean, I don't know. You see, this is junk. My inventory is full, so I can't craft. I'm going to deconstruct that. Now, please be aware what it says here. Breaking point materials, holster materials, titanium, backpack weave. You see, all of these are deconstruction results. These are resources that we need. Now I can craft. More on that later. We're going to go to the gloves. We're going to go to the Hunter's Claws as it was. There you go. Right. So we're going to craft. I don't want to use too many resources so we can see weapon damage and critical hit damage. I'm going to back out. I'm going to craft again. What did it give me? Right, there we go. This is now where we get interesting. Right, now I'm gonna come out of this and go back to the tinkering table. We're gonna look for that glove we just crafted. Now I want to put this one on to show you what's gonna happen. No, not this one. There's another one that we crafted. Where did you go? This is interesting. Where did you go? We didn't equip. No, we equipped it straight away. Sorry, yeah. So this is the one we crafted. So I'm gonna deconstruct this one. Don't need it. Now this is how we're gonna do this. So we go to the tinkering. Go tinkering. Go down to gloves. And we go in here. Now, this is how we recap. Now, if it's in your library, and I'm gonna tell you how you get that in your library. All you literally need to do is your attributes there. You can see that's only 3.4, right? I want better headshot damage than that, right? And before I do this part, I want to show you where my headshot is. My headshot stats, remember, is at 92.5. Yeah, remember that. Inventory. We're gonna go to the tinkering table again. We're gonna go to gloves. And it's the first one there because that's what I've got equipped. I'm going to recap this across now. So 10% is the max. Got to transfer that across holding X. That's now across. You go back in. Now you see the weapons damage. Yeah. I could have swapped this or the headshot damage. The reason why I've done the headshot damage, because that's at 3.4%. But as you can see, the weapons damage at 11.3. Is that 11.6? Sorry. 11.6, right? So we're just going to optimize. Optimize this up. Right. So that's now maxed. Now, what does this do for my build? Well, what it does for my build to start with is my headshot damage will go up once I've done this key thing now. Now this is where we're going to get together. You see where it says proficiency, yeah? We're going to go back into the expertise area, go down to gloves, and we're going to go and look for this glove. Am I doing this right? No, we're not doing this right. We've got to go and look for the hunter's glove. Hunter's Fury, where are you? Where are you? Jump out. There you go. There's Hunters. We look for the glove. Now, I'm going to upgrade this. I'm going to see what it does to the build. Now, this is how we expertise as well. So, there's a bit of everything in here. So, we're recabbing, we're expertising, we're tinkering, we're doing everything so you can get the build up. I'm going to take this up to... I don't know. Let's take this up to... Let's take it up to 10. And I'm going to show you in the bottom corner, you can see where in the bottom right hand corner, you can see the different resources I'm using. Now, they're receiver point. I'm going to show you what you mean. There is the field recon data. You can see it says 63902. I would need 2 of that, and I've got 639 of them. I think that's enough. Right. Let's come all the way out. Let's go back in. Now, we've got headshot damage on there, and we've got the weapons damage. The stats should have gone up. As you can see, now it's gone from 92% to 99%. Now, some people said, how would you push that up? We can now go to see what piece can I'm going to show you how we're going to do this as well. So if I have not got that piece, we're going to go and craft again, agents, right? No, we don't have to craft. We can craft it, or as you can see here, my attributes here, I've got 7.2 headshot damage, right? Now, this is for my needs. I'm going to equip this. We're going to go back to tinkering. We're going to look for knees now, because as you can see. So you see it says headshot damage. I'm going to go in there. Now I optimize. Confirm. Go back in there. And another thing I want agents to keep an eye on is when I go there, can you see cost of optimize at the bottom right hand corner there. You're going to see the knee symbol, you're going to see the field recon data symbol. All those symbols mean something. I'm going to show you what that means, right? Because there's different ways you can get them, and I'm going to show you. So we're going to get this all the way up. Right, so what does this do for the build? Now my knees now, as you can see, my headshot damage is up, that's max. I've got headshot damage on the gloves, sorry, that's what we put there. Yeah, we've got headshot damage on the gloves. And we've also, have we got it on the mask? We've not got it on the mask, no. But we have got it on the vest. And that 9.1, that's because it's a mod. And that mod is there. And I can look through my mod library. And I can see if I've got a maxed one. I don't, that's 9.2, that's slightly better. And I've got a maxed one here. It's going to tell me it's on my Ninja Bike, but I can fix that later. I'm going to take up the Ninja Bike and put it here. Now let's come all the way out.
Inventory.
Let's go to the stats. Now the headshot damage is now at 110%. So we're going in the right direction now, agents. So let's take a pause for a moment here, and I'm going to now show you how you get these resources. There's different ways to do it. Again, you saw me break down stuff to get resources. Another way is if you go to your watch. If you go to your watch, you go down to the bottom where it says scavenging. Now, here you see at the bottom here, field recon data, SHD calibration, you need printer filament and titanium, electronics. You see all of these, right? Now, there's two ways about this. I'm going to fill this up. Go in, you can fill it up, follow on screen instructions. Just put it up to, yeah, there you go, that's max, right? Another way is the caches that you get when you complete a mission. Right, so this is one way. You see it says open cache. Open this cache. I'm gonna open these. I don't need any of these, but I'm gonna keep them there, and there's another reason why I'm gonna keep them there, right? But let's say I don't need that. As you can see, if you look at my videos, at the end of every video you see me deconstruction to get these parts. Protective, what's that? Protective fabric and knee pad weave. It's the weave of the fabric. Caches, now you see where it says crafting cache. I get somatics, polycarbonate, carbon fiber, and electronics. I'm going to open that. That's going to go straight back in. Optimization caches. And I'm going to show you how you get these caches, because as you can see, it gives me assault gun rifle alloy, it gives me mask weave, it gives me field recon data and SHD calibration. These you get from completing missions and from farming and stuff, and you can buy these caches as well. These are essential, as you can see, recalibration cache. These are essential for you to get the relevant resources to craft and to recap and to optimize. So you need these caches, so don't sleep on them. If you can buy them, definitely buy them. And how you buy them is in a season event. Now, this current season event, the event timeline is Kenley College, right? Now, this event is giving you XP, and it's giving you a season cache. But I'm going to give you an example. My favorite Golden Bullet is coming soon. This will give you stars, and when you get the stars, you go to the vendor and you can buy the caches. Not to confuse you, I will show you this live on videos. You can go back to past videos, the events videos, where you can see the season events, Hollywood event, Reanimated, which was 2 weeks ago, and Golden Bullet, which was about 5 weeks ago. Look at those videos, and I will show you in those videos when you get stars. Each mission at the end, you'll see complete mission complete, and you'll see those stars. That's how you buy the caches. Right, let's go back over to the crafting table. Another way would be you go down here where you see optimization. Now, what do you want to optimize? What parts do you need? Now, depending on what you're optimizing will affect what you need here. So for instance, I was just doing knees. You see where it says knee pad weave? I'm going to craft this. At the top of the screen, you see 779 out of 999. Let me craft that up. I've got a lot of it, but it's just a demonstration, agents. But you can see through deconstructing knee pads that I don't need, I'm getting knee pad weave. I've got plenty. Because as you can see, when I came out here, you saw me do one earlier. Let me see if there's one here that I don't need. I need all of them. But you get the gist of it when you deconstruct them. I'm going to take a pause for the calls, agents, and I'll be right back. Sorry, agents, had to take a quick phone call. We're back. So, now you guys know how to get the resources. You know how to buy the optimization stuff. You know when you deconstruct something, for instance. Let me see. Have I got anything I can open here? No. Let me run over here because I just want to give you a live demonstration so you understand exactly what I mean, so I don't confuse anyone. You gotta have a need for me to buy. No, but I'm gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna buy this so I can destroy it to see what you mean, so you guys can see what I mean. Because if I wanted to recap a vest, for instance, and I needed the weave, then you come here, you see the vest. I don't need that vest, so I'm gonna deconstruct it. You see the revolts there? The protective fabric. I've got more of that. That fabric will go towards me recalibrating a vest. Do I need this vest here? No, I don't. Do I? No. It's a good vest to have, but I've got that in my stash. So I'm going to deconstruct that. Fabric weave. So it's giving me more weave, right? So far, agents, you see, I've put this build together. I've decided I wanted a bit more headshot damage. If I now want to decide, no, do you know something? I want another damage core, another armor core. This has got... This has got a damage core, and then it's got... Right. So again, this is what we're going to do, agents. Let's go across.
Oh, hello.
We're going to craft the hunter's mask. Right. We're going to craft it. What did it give us? It gave us weapon damage and armor regen. Let me craft one more, because this is that crafting is like a lottery. You don't know exactly what you're gonna get, but again, because we can recap, we can adjust it to what we want it to be. Let's go again. This gave us stats effect, weapons damage, and stats effect. I'll have that. I'll equip that straight away, and we're gonna go and recap it. So now this is how we're gonna get. No, we're not. I want a headshot damage. I'm gonna show you why. I want a headshot damage. So I'm gonna go and craft this again. And again, like I say, agents, it's a lottery. You don't know what you're gonna get until it reveals itself. Because what I want now is weapon handling. Again. I want headshot damage. I'm going to go again. And I'm going to show you what this is costing me. Critical hit chance. We'll go one more time. Wow, there you go. Headshot damage. That's what we wanted, agents. So, right, what this is costing me, I'm going to go and do it one more time just to show you what is actually costing me when I do this.
Agent in need of backup.
It's as I showed you before. Hunter's hides. It will cost me polycarbonate, electronics, protective fabric, right? That's what it's going to cost me. But remember, agents, you can just go to your watch and get all of that back. I've not spent too much of that, but it's all there. And through deconstructing different things. So let's go back in here now. So that last one gave me headshot damage. Now, agents, what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to get my armor to 1.6 million armor so I can last in the battle. But I also want to get headshot damage up. So all we're going to do now, agents, is we're going to go, and by the way, you can just go to it here and then you press the select button and it brings you straight to where you can either tinker it or you can recap it. But I'm going to go the long way around just to show you guys so I'm not confusing you. Go to tinker, you go to masks. It's the one I've got selected already. So now we want an armor core. So we're going to go into it. We're going to select it, select the core, transfer that across. Now we have an armor core on the mask. And now we're going to optimize. Now, as you see at the bottom there, right, all of these, what the cost to optimize, I've got that max practically. So I'm going to lose a fair bit, but I can get them back. Here you go. So that's now fully optimized. Yeah. So with that fully optimized, let me expertise a bit as well. Gonna look for the same one. Gonna go all to the bottom here. I want to optimize. I want to expertise this up a bit, and you're gonna see why while I'm doing it. It's the knees we were doing there, isn't it? No, it's the mask. Sorry, what am I talking about? So the one we've got we've got equipped. As you can see, it's got an armor core on there now, and it's got the headshot damage. The gear mod, again, we're going to look for, I'm going to put a gear mod on there in a minute. Let me get this up to at least 6. Because every time I optimize now, 2% more armor, 3% more armor. So can you imagine now with the resources, actually I'm going to do this up to 12. I'm going to show you why. The more you expertise this, is the more armor you're getting. So it's the more you're surviving in battles, and it's crucial, especially if you want to go and do a legendary mission. You want all your pieces, all your guns optimized at least above 16, and you're going to see why when I keep doing this. I'm going to go up to 12, and it's going to show you why exotic components are important. And we're up to 12 now. Right. So you see where it says 4601? That's an exotic component right there. 45. Let me get this to 14 maybe. Because now it's going to ask me for 2 exotic components. I'll get it up to 16. Because the next one's going to ask me for 2 again. And then I'll be on 40. So now I've got some really good armor on this mask. Now it's giving me good armor. I've got now what I want. I wanted armor core. I wanted headshot damage. I've got that now. So let's go to the stats. And you're going to see my headshot damage is now at 120. If I go back to the build now, it says about mods. Now the gear mod, I now want to put some headshot damage on this, right?
Could use some more crafting materials.
Have I got a maxed one that I'm not got on anything else? No. So now I've just put that gear mod on there. Let's go straight into the stats. It's not registered yet. Now it's gone up to 130, but sometimes it does take time to register, agent. So don't let that alarm you. That 120 will go up to 130. It's plain silly buggers with me. But that is 130, but it will go up in a moment. Now, with that said, you've now seen me put this build together, agents. You've seen me mod and put, you know, and recap. You've seen me expertise things up. And you've seen the how to put a build together. Now, here's the key things you've got to look out for again. So let's go do a whole recap now. So I've decided I wanted the Hunter's Fury build. I wanted more armor core. You see my armor core is now 1.6. So I've basically recapped the mask as you saw me do and the glove. Because I wanted to recap the glove to get headshot damage, and that's what I did. And I wanted the same on the mask. And you see there's 2 headshot damages on there because I've put the mod on there now. So the mod's on there with headshot damage, and also the attribute is also headshot damage. It should register now. It's still not registering, so don't worry about that. That will register soon. Now, again, I'm going to do the same with a glove. Okay, there's a glove that's got critical hit and it's got an armor core on there. As you can see, if I equip this glove, my armor will go up to 1.8. Right? So what I can do is exactly what I did before with the mask. I can decide, no, I want better. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to gloves. I'm going to look for the hunter's gloves. I'm going to craft. My inventory full again. So I've got to go and clear out my inventory, agents. Because I wanted to show you guys something. But before we do that to the mask, what I want to show you is how you do your library. I'll go into the library to show there's nothing new that's come up. So I'll show you a library a bit later on in the video on how you get stuff off guns and pieces into your library that you can then recap onto a gun or a gear piece or whatever. So we said we wanted a better glove, right? So we're going to go and recap. My inventory is full. Still got to deconstruct. Inventory is not full no more. Okay, fantastic. So let's go now and recap a hunter's glove, craft the hunter's glove, and let's see if it's nice. Weapons handling, no. What we want is headshot damage on this, agents. Again, it's a lottery, we just got to keep crafting. It could come up. And my inventory is full again, and it's weapon handling. I've got to go and empty out my inventory. So this is why, agents, you see now why at the end of every mission I try to deconstruct all the stuff I don't need, because you do get a reward for deconstructing so many things. It's only if you're farming or looking for something in particular you got to be careful when it comes to deconstructing. Now the problem here is I've got too much in my inventory, so I'm going to stick some stuff in my stash. Is there any guns here? Is there any guns here that I don't need? Kingbreaker I don't need. Lexington I'm not using much. Rock and roll not using much. So yeah, I've freed up my inventory. That I can actually deconstruct. I'm not going to deconstruct that. Oh, there's quite a few things there I can get rid of actually.
I need to get the smell out.
Right, let's get this down. Right, good. So you can see here, even now, I've got heartbreaker wires. I've got hunter's hides. I've got polycarbonate. I've got breaking point materials. I've got ceramics. I've got protective. You see the benefits of deconstructing, especially if you don't need it. Now let's go back round to try to get this glove.
To see you, Agent.
Right, let's craft this again. It's gonna be cruel to me today, it looks like. It was nice to me before, but I had to craft quite a lot. And you are, it's costing you headshot damage. That's what we need. It's been nice today. Gonna quit that straight away. And get back some of what I've spent on crafting. It doesn't give me back a lot. No biggie. As you can see that agents. You see how many times I play this game a week. And how many times I deconstruct stuff. So I can get this stuff back very quickly. And as you can see, I've got recab. Plenty of recab caches here. Get some of this back straight away. I can do it through the watch optimization and get this as well. Right. So let's go back in. What we're doing, we are tinkering. We're going to go to gloves. And that one. So what do we want here now, agents? Remember, again, what do you want on your build? I've already said, I want to get an armor core in here. I've got the headshot damage. So as demonstrated before, let's go into it. Let's change this into an armor core so we get more armor. Fantastic. And then we're going to optimize it. Oh, we've not. Okay, so this is lovely. Now I can show you what happens here. I've not got enough. So I now need to go back to the crafting and craft that. And I'm going to spend a lot doing that. But this is a great thing to happen to show everybody why it's saying that. Optimization, and it's asking for cleanest tactical assessment bundle. So I'm gonna have to craft this up to about, probably gonna have to craft this up to 200. So I'm gonna keep doing it until it gets to 200. So this is recapping and crafting, agents. So I hope I'm not confusing anyone. And again, if anybody's confused, please put in comments and I will clear it up for you. I'll try to be as clear as possible so everybody understands what's happening here. So I'm going to craft this up to 200. It's going to take a bit of time, because we need as much as possible. But this is how you put a build together. Yes, it's time consuming. I mean, this video alone, we've been here for 47 minutes, agents. So yes, it is very time consuming, but it's worth it, because you can then see in the heat of battle how good it is. Because I've been asked many times, how do you get your build this way? What do you do? What am I doing wrong? My build doesn't work. I've got a lot of armor, but nothing's happening. It's because your mods, it's because of your you need to get your expertise up. It's because maybe one of your pieces, you know, you need to optimize it up. So again, so I've shown you how to optimize, I've shown you how to recap, I've shown you expertise. We're way past 200. Let me get this up a bit more. So let's go and recap the glove to optimize it. So to optimize it now, we'll go to tinkering, go to gloves, it's already equipped, and we're gonna now put this all the way up. The headshot damage to go up. Here you go. So what you've seen here now, I've optimized this up. This is now full. Let's now go to expertise. We're going to look for that, and we're going to give that some expertise as well. So, you know, this is why the build is going to be a complete build now. Because right now, what we wanted to do, we've achieved now. We've got armor cores on here. We've got more headshot damage on the build. You've seen me craft them. Could have gone into my stash and looked for them. Now, I wanted to craft them so you can see how to craft, how to recap it, how to optimize it, how to expertise it. Those 4 central things. And again, agents, you're probably wondering, how am I going to get all these resources? I've shown you from your watch, through the caches, to deconstructing. And again, I'm going to come out of this, of expertise up to 12. This is what I'm going to do here. 3 more. And I'm going to show you what you look out for straight off the bat before you go and do a project, before you go and do a mission. You know, as you saw me today, I've done the scouts and I've done a mission and stuff. That's done now. So let's go to the map. Everything you do contributes to you recabbing, believe it or not. We do this invaded mission. You see the drop materials up there, agents? That's what you're looking for. You see the equipment item, named item, that just tells me that's stuff I can deconstruct. I mean, if we done a control point, you can see drop materials, crafting materials, field recon data. That's what you're looking for. Classified assignments. You see collectibles, backpack trophy, fine, but you see the equipment ×2. That's more stuff. And you see the drop materials. Again, so if you went and done something big, like you've done the incursion, for instance, which is over here, look at the drop materials. So you're always going to be getting materials doing worlds, doing global stuff. I've just done these control points and they've been taken over already. Wow. But anyway, everything you do, drop materials there. This mission here, again, if you're farming for materials, there's the drop materials, crafting materials, free field recon data. If you're farming for some machine guns, today do Navy Plaza. You could stick your world and challenge in and then do one of these activities to push it back to 4. There's so many ways you can get that control point to get your submachine gun. You can complete it, reset the world, complete it again, rinse and repeat. The best way to do control points is with 4 people, so you get more enemies, more loot will drop, more to deconstruct, more materials. So let's come back out here, and now let's go into the stats and see what that has done. Now it says headshot damage is only at 120, which shouldn't be the case because we've got headshot damage now on the mask and the gloves. So that needs to register. I can come all the way out and go back in, but that will sort itself out. That it's a known glitch, agents, for some reason. I can get a headshot damage mod on the vest. So I'm gonna look for one. It's telling me that's on. No, it's already on something. Hunter's Fury, can't take it off that. Okay, I'll do that. I'll just take it off that. Right, cool. So now I've got another mod on there, and that's a headshot damage mod. Realize my armor now, by the way, is now gone to 1.8 million armor. I'm going to survive a battle now, agents. Now we're nearly up to an hour, so we will close this video soon. But I hope you have understood how to recap, how to tinker, and what it means for your build. This is an experimental build. At the bottom here, I'm going to overwrite the experiment with this and save it. And you can see the armor cores. I'm still going to get good damage from the Memento Backpack and from the vest, because the vest, remember, is giving me weapon damage, critical hit damage, and a critical hit chance, and it's giving me headshot damage. So I'm getting a lot from this already. But again, if you realize, okay, I don't mind going 1.6 million armor, swap the glove. This is why it's good to have 2 of each glove. So the gloves there's the same basically. Okay, I can expertise it up to 12, but it's practically going to do the same thing for me. It's going to put my armor down, it's going to put my damage up. But again, it depends what you actually want to achieve. You might do a mission and think you're going down too much, you need more armor, or you might feel I think I can do a bit more damage and get them down quicker so they don't damage my armor that much. So there you go. That's basically what it is. And then obviously if you want the gloves, now you can change the dye on there. I always like doing this kind of thing, you know. But there you go, agents. That is basically how you go from scratch. You build a build from scratch all the way up. I mentioned earlier about libraries. Now libraries is tricky for me because I've filled up my library, and my library is literally for rifles. This has been taken off. So basically all of these have been extracted off guns, of our rifles. And the only way I can explain this to everybody is, let me go and see what I can buy and try to see what I can craft the gun. No, let me see what I can buy off him and try to give you an example. All right, for instance, this is an assault rifle. Let me buy the assault rifle. Let me buy it with the black market.
That was a good deal.
No. Right, so the best way for me to explain libraries to you is this, agents. Remember when I was doing this mask and I needed to optimize, you saw me optimizing stuff. I needed to push, so I decided to put the armor core on here, which was full. You saw me go to the library, which is full, and I had to optimize the headshot damage, right? Now, I need you to work with me here. This gun I just bought, let's imagine my SMG. So this SMG down here, Vector S8R 9mm. Now let's imagine now the critical hit chance on that, right, was so you see the critical hit chance on this is 13.5. Now there is a gun, an SMG one day that I had that I didn't need, that had the critical hit chance full on there. You see the damage to target out of cover? That was extracted from a gun. Now, this weapon here, I'm going to equip it, right? So I can get to it easier. Gonna come here. This is my SMG library. I've extracted these off guns. The attributes, I've extracted these off guns, yeah? Right? Now, I'm telling you this because my SMG now that I just bought, right? As you can see, the critical hit chance on there is only 13.5. The SMG damage is only 13.9. Yes, I can optimize them, or I can go to my library and decide, what do I want to do with this gun? What do I want to put in it? Do I want to put the SMG damage to max at 15%? Do I want to put the critical hit chance up on this to the full 21%? Or do I want to put damage to target out of cover on there? This is in my library because I extracted this off a gun. I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to spend. But this is why my Dark Winter, I've optimized all of that up. But I'm going to show you something given, but that's a named. This is why, for instance, my Vector, this tactical Vector, you see that half circle symbol? It means I've worked on them guns, I've recapped them guns, I've optimized them guns. Because in my library, I put 15% SMG damage on there, and then I optimized the critical hit chance up. So that's where the library comes into play, agents. I wish I could demonstrate that better, and I could extract it off a gun. But as you can see, the only way that would work is there's an assault rifle. Actually, I know what I can use for you guys. I can go to my pistols, because my pistols, as you can see, there's the headshot damage is full, but there is my harvest profit. The profit there, as you can see, it says damage to target out of cover is only 8%. I want that at 12%, so I need to look for a pistol that's got that to take it off there. So that's how the library works. The library basically works is you find guns that's got an attribute on there, or core attribute that you need. You extract it off that, and then you can put it on another pistol. And that's how the library works. I hope that makes sense for the library, and I hope you're not confused. And I will definitely promise in a future video, it will be at the back of my mind. If I pick up a pistol that's got max attributes on there, I will then demonstrate how you extract off that pistol and put it onto one that needs that attribute. Agents, we're at 58 minutes now, so I'm going to close off the video because we're nearly an hour. But I hope I've not confused anybody. I hope you right now know how to do the following things. You know how to, first of all, put a build together and what that build actually means. What it means if you want headshot damage, what the stats mean. I mean, these stats are showing, oh, it's finally gone up. It's now gone up to 128.6 headshot damage. So basically what that means, what affects that? Again, it's the mods and the attributes on each piece will put that headshot damage up. If I go and find a holster, I can craft a holster. I'll show you how you craft that. Then how do you optimize that? How do you stick that critical hit damage? How do I turn that into a headshot damage? You know? So my headshot stats go up. My armor core, that's 1.8 million armor core. I can now put that up more by changing the armor core on here. Now, can I? I doubt I can on this one. Yes, I can. So I can now craft, I can optimize this now, I can take the armor here from here and stick it on there and get 2 million armor. I can do that now. Or I could craft another vest, stick the armor on there, which I actually will do. No, Chainkiller, you can't craft you can't craft a Chainkiller. I'd have to pick one up. But yeah, I'd have to pick one up, agents. That's the problem. But do have a chain. Do I have another Chainkiller? But the Chainkiller with an armor core on there would be ideal to show you, but I don't have one. But again, crafting another I could craft another vest with an armor core on there, and that will put my armor up to 2 million. So I hope that now makes sense to you what that actually means. What does it mean to recalibrate? What does it mean having an armor core or a damage core? How does it affect your build? I hope that makes sense to you guys. Tinkering, optimization. I hope these things make sense to you now. Because again, if you have something that you need to optimize up, for instance, you go to tinkering, you go to an SMG, you come down, you realize this is one I just bought. What optimizing here means, this basically means pushing your attributes up, swapping your core attribute, you know, in the tinkering section. I hope this makes sense to you right now. You see the optimization in the bottom right hand corner there, agents. How the cost of optimization, how do I push those up? Where do I get these resources from? I hope this makes sense in this video. I'm talking quick, very sorry guys and agents, but I just want to get to the point of, I'm hoping this is a whole recap of the video. I'm hoping I've covered each of those topics for you and you understand exactly what they mean. Wow, that is a lot. Expertise of I've covered as well. So we've done the library, we've done the tinkering and optimization and recalibration, and we've also done how to expertise your pieces up. So an example would be that was for a Hunter's Fury build, which, as you know, it's going to be identical. So to close the video, I'm going to show you how identical to the one I've got already. Remember, this is this one down here. This is the one I just experimented with to put together. Let's now go up to, say, for instance, my strikers. No, sorry, my other hunters build. You're gonna realize this build is 1.6 million armor. This one is 1.8. So you can see the difference between the two, and then the only difference is, if you see here, the mask has got a damage core, the vest has got a damage core, and the memento is giving me a damage core. On this one, the mask and the glove is giving me armor cores, wherever up here it was the mask and the vest was giving me the damage cores. Hope that makes sense to you. Just to clear that up, on the hunters build, I've got memento counts as a damage core, mask and vest, that's 3 damage cores, and whatever other attributes is giving me damage. The Memento Backpack is also giving me a armor core, so that's 1, and then the mask, then the glove, the holster, and the knees. That is why it's 1.6 million armor on this build. However, on the experimental build I've just built with you guys and agents, 1.8 million armor is because I've got a damage core on the memento and I've got a damage core on the vest. That's the damage I'm getting. But the armor cores I'm getting from the Memento Backpack here, I'm getting from the mask, the glove, the knees, and the holster. That is why it's giving me more armor, and in a battle, I will survive longer. With a team, hopefully they're supporting me, I will just be there collecting the trophies from a Memento Backpack. I've got those armor cores doing the job for me, and my damage, I'm getting good damage from my guns and my shotgun. Hope that makes sense to you, agents. I hope you now know how to build a hunter's build. I hope you now know how to recap and tinker and expertise your builds to where you want them to be, so you can do all the damage in the world you want to do, or you can survive the battle having really great armor. Next build I will do, I will go back to the Eclipse Protocol build. This is the riot phone build. Remember the last video I done, agents? It was the burn build I taught you how to do this build here, which was the burn build. Go back to the Eclipse Protocol burn video if you understand what I'm talking about there. I will do the same for a Riot Foam build. I will tell you exactly what I've done in this video from start to finish. I will tell you how to put the build together, what guns you need to use, and what armor, what cores you need to do. In this case, the Eclipse Protocol skill, which is a skills build. You can see I've got damage cores on there, but I've got mostly skills core because it's a skills build. I will show you that on the next video, so you can basically be able to build a good skills build video, and it will help you with your further missions you do, or projects, or weeklies, whatever you want to do. With that said, agents, I hope you're not confused. Thank you for watching. If you watched on Twitch, please please follow me on Twitch. On YouTube, this will be uploaded shortly. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and please hit the notification bell so you will always be notified when I do videos like this and they go up. With that said, agents, I'm going to close off the video here. We've done an hour and change. Hoping that you fully understand builds and you can get to building and recapping. I'll catch you on the next live, agents. Thank you for watching.